Hi there, I'm 2A.mpg. Welcome to the second edition of Play Your Best Golf. Today we're going to talk about the fundamental following through your target. We're going to understand a little bit more about your biomechanics, and we're going to discuss what I call your swing path. We're also going to discuss a technique I call exiting, which is going to help you control your trajectories. And lastly, I'm going to give you a drill that's going to help you focus better out on the golf course. Let's get on to the first segment now. One of the fundamental principles of the game is that we have to follow through in a target-oriented manner. If we quit at the golf ball, our shot will never get to the target. So I have a drill for you today that you can perform on a regular basis that's going to help you understand how to follow through to your target and what's going to make a better target-oriented follow through for you. It's what I call the swing point swing drill. What you're going to do is you're going to get set up, you're going to point the club at your target, you're going to swing into the backswing, point the club through, again, and finish your swing. So point at your target, swing, point, swing. Swing, point, swing. So you're going to get that feel of swinging and pointing to your target. What we want to do is grab a short iron, a 9-iron, an 8-iron, something like that. Pick a target that's well within your range of a full swing. You can make half swings, 2/3 swings, 3/4 swings, whatever you want. But pick a target that is within the range of comfort so that you can make nice, comfortable swings and you can really pay attention to where that club is following through. You really want to notice, as you swing through, are you pointing the club out in the general direction of your target? It could be right at it or just parallel left of the target. Or are you pointing that club way right or way left? So you really want to get the sense of where that club is pointing in your follow through. Okay, I have a target in mind. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to focus on pointing my club to that target and get the feeling of swinging and pointing to my target. Now that shot went exactly at my target. I could get a real good feel there of where my club was pointing in the follow through so that I can get a real good sense of what a target-oriented follow through feels like. Let's try that again. Okay, that time I actually felt that as I came through the ball, I was holding on to my release, and as I moved into the follow through, the club was actually pointed out to the right. That ball went about 12 yards right at my target that time because I was holding on to the release and it was pointed to the right. Okay, that shot was dead straight that time again, although it wasn't directly at the target. It was just a little bit to the right of my target because once again I pointed just a little hair to the right of my target. Hey, if that was the worst shot I had all day, that'd be okay. Okay, let's go ahead and try one more. Okay, just like the first one, that was dead on my target. That really had a nice target-oriented follow through. Now keep in mind, the way your body's built is going to influence how you point that club. I'm built as what I call an undergolfer as far as the swing path is concerned. What that means is that my arm comes down into the downswing, my forearm is facing upward. Because I have an under swing path alignment, I'm going to have an extension that's much more out in my follow through. More parallel to the ground, somewhere between waist high and chest high. Because of that, my target-oriented follow-through is a little bit more parallel left than what a lot of other golfers do. If you're a side-on golfer or non-top golfer, you're going to feel the target-orientedness in your follow-through more when the club head is below your hand. In particular, side-on golfers tend to feel it more down around the 45-degree path impact mark. Non-top golfers actually feel it closer to where the club and the big toe are lined up, where they're pointing together. So, the point is that you're going to find out, based upon your biomechanics, that your target-oriented follow-through will feel different than the next guy. It really doesn't matter. What you need to do is figure out when you make a good target-oriented follow-through, where's that club pointed? What does it feel like to you? If you feel that your awareness of where the target-oriented follow-through is down here at the extension, if you feel like it's way up here where it's extended out like mine and chest high, that's okay. Just figure out when you make a good target-oriented follow-through, what does that feel like to you? Where is that club pointed when you're in the follow-through? Okay, let's talk about your swing path now. The swing path has to do with how the right forearm works in the golf swing if you're a right-handed golfer swinging from the right-handed side. What I want to do is I want to understand, does my forearm face more up during my takeaway and my delivery? Does it face more side to side? Or does it face more palm down towards the ground? Some golfers in the takeaway will take the club back and you see the forearm roll slightly to where it faces more up in the takeaway. So I get set up on here, so when I take my takeaway, my forearm faces more up. Some people make takeaways where the elbow goes more to the side. And as they do that, that forearm faces more back towards the ball line, more side to side. Other golfers are more on top of it. When they go back, their elbow goes back, and they're much more on top of it during the takeaway. What we're going to see is that we're also going to have those same alignments during delivery when we come down. If I go up to the top of the backswing, and as I start down, if I get my right elbow more in front of my body, and I hold those angles coming down, you're going to see my forearm is going to be facing up. That's very natural for me. I'm an undergolfer. Some golfers go to the top, and when they start down, they carry the right arm to the right side of the body. You can see how that forearm is facing more side to side again. It's not facing up, it's facing side. Other golfers will be more on top of the golf ball when they come down. They feel much more palm down in the delivery. So they'll go up to the top, and when they come down, they feel like they're much more on top of the ball. If I'm an undergolfer, that was very hard for me to do. It's actually very hard for me to demonstrate as well. But if you look at our top golfers like Arnold Palmer, Justin Leonard, you're going to see that they're much more of a palm down type golfer as they move into delivery, and that gets their forearm more on top of the action instead of underneath. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to find out which one of those alignments fits you. Okay? I have some tests that you can do to figure that out, and if you're interested in figuring it out, you can always contact me at a later date, send me an email, and I'll help you figure out what your swing path is. So now you might be wondering, how does your swing path option relate to your targeting of your follow-through? What I want you to understand is most golfers get a sense of how they're targeting the shot about the time that they reach their full extension. And so if we look at an undergolfer, for example, when I come into delivery, the shaft is parallel to the ground, my right arm is still loaded in front of me. As I turn and extend, boom, my extension is going to be somewhere between waist high and chest high in the follow-through. So that's the position that I feel my target orientation when I reach my full extension. So if I get set up, make that swing, right here at this full extension that I'm going to feel where my target orientation is. Now, my follow-through is pointing parallel left of my target when I do that. So it's not pointed directly at the target, but it's still my experience of what I would call a target-oriented follow-through. Okay? So if you are a side-on golfer, your full extension is actually going to happen at about 45 degrees past the ball. For a side-on golfer, the delivery begins somewhere around the point where the butt of the club is pointed at the golf ball in the downswing. The right arm begins to straighten. We post up, and when we unhinge the right wrist, everything extends to position about 45 degrees past the ball. That's where the side-on golfer is going to get the sense of where their target orientation is in their follow-through. So that looks more like this. And what you're going to find out is the club shaft's pointed out towards the ball line, but the toe of the club's released to point a little bit closer to the target. And so, keep in mind again, these are generalizations, this is true for everybody, but I've quizzed thousands of golfers over the last 25 years, and this is just the feedback they give me, being whether they're an under-golfer, a side-on golfer, or an on-top golfer. So let's look at where that side-on golfer's extension is. Okay, so my shaft is pointed out towards the ball line, the toes released from the target, the shaft of the club and my right arm were straight. That ball was flying exactly where the toe of the club was pointing. Now keep in mind, in a full swing, I'm going to hit extension, I'm going to keep turning, and my follow-through is going to go all the way around. But it's at the point of the full extension that I'm getting the sense of how I'm targeting that golf shot. Okay, if we look at our top golfers, They begin their delivery position when the left arm is about parallel to the ground in the downswing. The right arm begins to extend downwards. They post up on their left leg. Their head actually comes up to the golf ball. Their extension happens by 2 to 3 feet past the ball. About the point where my left toe is pointed in my address position is where the on-top golfer's extension is completed. So theirs looks like this. And now I was slow to get up that time, so I caught that one heavy. I'm trying to get up a little bit sooner this time. We can see though my full extension did stop at the position I was talking about. Okay, so once again, the sense of where the club was released, where the extension was achieved, and where that club is facing or pointing when I get to that point are all things that clue me in to where my follow through is or how I'm executing a target-oriented follow through. So once again, in a full swing, I'm going to go through more, even with the on-top golfer, but that's just the position. I get the sense of how I'm targeting my follow through. Okay, so that was a good on-top demonstration. Again, my sense of where the release was going and how I was directing that shot was more down here at the extension. The rest of it was just following through, continuing the motion.